All right, let's talk business now. Recent exploration activities valued at 2.95 billion shillings conducted by mining firm Acacia have finally paid off with the discovery of gold in Liranda Corridor in Western Kenya. The firm is now in the early stages of development of the mine with plans to invest 1.2 billion shillings towards a 45,000-meter drilling program in further exploration. Here is more with Ashley Mazuri.
Several years of prospecting for gold in Western Kenya appears to have finally paid off for the Barrick gold-owned and London-listed miner Acacia Mining with the discovery of high-grade gold ore in Kakamega. Estimated at some 1.31 million ounces of gold, the resource is thought to be equivalent to 165 billion shillings to be mined over its lifetime. The gold concentration has been pegged at 12.1 grams per ton, one of the best in Africa, according to the company. The company indicates, however, that it will take up to 2 years' worth of exploration and technical studies to establish whether the find will ever become an economically viable mine.
It is in light of this that I urge mining companies in Kenya to emulate Acacia, because success comes with determination, patience, and hard work.
The discovery was made along the Western Gold Belt at Liranda Corridor, which covers a 7-kilometer square area within the special license 213 concession area.
The project has the quality and potential and the scale we're looking for, and potentially represents a future deep-level underground mine.
The gold mining project will be further boosted when the ministry conducts a national geophysical survey to map mineral deposits. If successful, the discovery could boost the industry, creating jobs and attracting foreign currency to an economy that is in dire need of both. Ashley Mazuri, KTN News.
The State Department of Transport is urging Uber to critically audit its pricing mechanisms in order to address any current or future challenges posed by operating in a fluid environment where economic drivers change often. The move comes after Uber drivers demonstrated recently following what they termed a slashing of prices, which now means they cannot break even after operations. The State Department of Transport has thus recommended a raft of, quote, bare minimum collaterals to both parties to facilitate a return to normalcy within the shortest time possible. The government is also assuring all stakeholders, including Uber customers, that it has seriously considered their concerns and adequate measures will be mobilized to ensure an amicable solution and result is achieved. Farmers in arid and semi-arid areas of Kenya have been urged to diversify from growing maize to pulses in a bid to improve food security and nutrition among families living in this region. In this week's episode of The Next Frontier, Philip K. Tany delves deep into what pulses really mean for Kenya's food security.
Over the years, Kenya has over-relied on maize as a staple food crop, despite the crop being prone to failure every time there is a slight weather change. Now, crop experts are calling on the country to diversify and embrace pulses as an alternative food crop.
Over time, the seasons have changed. The rainfall is not as good as we used to receive like 10 years ago. I would like to call upon the farmers to plant these drought-tolerant crops.
In recognition to the contribution that pulses can play to human well-being and to the environment, the United Nations General Assembly declared 2016 as the International Year of Pulses.
We are focusing on the drought-tolerant crops, sorghum, finger millet, cowpea, green grams, and pigeon peas.
According to Food and Agricultural Organization, pulses, a subgroup of legumes, are cropland members of leguminous family commonly known as the pea family that produce edible seeds, which are used for human and animal consumption. Only legumes harvested for dry grains are classified as pulses. It is particularly important to know that pulses have a very low water footprint compared with other protein sources and can be grown in very poor soils where other crops cannot be cultivated.
Once we support the farmers to produce enough, we also have to bring in factors that can also have resilience. Resilience is so that we even when there's a drought, they are able to go back and also produce food in a sustainable way.
According to Esther Musili, pulses can play an important role in climate change adaptation since they have a broad genetic diversity from which climate-resilient varieties can be selected or bred.
We want to see increment in production and productivity. And at the same time, we want to see the farmer that is eating well, a balanced, nutritious diet, and then the supply is taken to the market, and they are able to address other domestic requirements.
Pulses form part of the local cuisine in many parts of the world and are a highly traded commodity. However, despite the benefits highlighted, their consumption at an individual level has seen a slow but steady decline, and production has not increased at the same rate as other commodities such as cereals.
We are telling them, why do you struggle to plant things like maize, competing with Gitali? While agronomically, the environment here can really accommodate the growing of the sorghum, the growing of the green grams and the cowpeas and pigeon peas.
Recognizing the enormous potential of these crops, the International Year of Pulses aims to raise awareness on the beneficial impact that they can have on food security, nutrition, and the environment to encourage an increase in their production. Philip Keitan for The Next Frontier.
All right, let's take a look at the financial markets and how they performed today. All right, so we want to go back to one of our top stories that we have for you tonight and give you a more comprehensive one on the same. And this is all about the transition in Nyeri County following the death of the late Governor Nderitu Gachagua last week. Today, the new governor, Samuel Wamadhae, officially assumed office after being sworn in. And he started off by declaring a war on corruption, saying he will not condone graft on his watch. Here's now a more comprehensive report from Carol Nderi in Nyeri.
At the governor's office in Nyeri County, it was a flurry of activity. Article 182 of the Constitution provides that a deputy governor ascends to power if the governor dies. Resident Judge Jairus Nga officiated the transition.
Samuel Wamadhae Gedaiga.
61-year-old new governor once served as the Kenyan representative to the International Civil Aviation in Canada.
I will not whatsoever tolerate any acts of corruption, dishonesty, or any other malpractices in my administration.
Bwana Gavana, sisi tuko na wewe wakati huu. Tutaendelea kukuunga mkono, uendelee kuhudumia watu wa Nyeri.
Gashagua's widow, Margaret Nderito, was overcome by emotion as her late husband's favorite song played during the swearing-in ceremony. The spokesperson of the Gachagua family, Rigathi Gachagua, lashed out at unnamed people he claimed gave his late brother a hard time, even when it was clear he was ailing.
We beg you, the County Assembly of Nyeri, we plead with you, support Ambassador Wamathai. Give him support, genuine support. Pass a supplementary budget. Allow him to provide money for women. Allow him to do roads. Give him genuine support. Don't take him in circles the way you took my late brother.
The Speaker of the Nyeri Assembly praised the zeal for work he said the late governor demonstrated.
The County Assembly of Nyeri and the governor have had what we may call a love-hate relationship. But that is the way it should have been. Governor Gachagua, like Governor Wamathai has just noted, like Caesar before him, bestrode the county of Nyeri like a colossus. And like Caesar, he attracted both friends and enemies. But it was never personal.
I've heard the Speaker of the Assembly talk very nice words about the governor, very kind. And we thank you. The Assembly had a special sitting, very kind words for my late brother. I only wish you had told him those words when he was alive and he could listen to them.
Nyeri Senator Mutahi Kagwe castigated those who had accused him alongside the late governor of not doing enough for the county.
What I did not do and what I will never do is to create my responsibility as a newspaper article issue, where everything that I raise, I must report to the newspaper so that I can be praised as a man who makes a lot of noise and therefore courageous and therefore very popular. That to me is nonsensical leadership.
Nyeri MPs were conspicuously absent, save for Tetu MP Ndongo Gethenji, who said he had attended the event on behalf of his colleagues.
Excellency, we believe in your leadership and with the leadership represented here that this will continue to be the case and this will continue to be possible. We congratulate you.
Residents of Nyeri are hopeful that the new governor will improve the lives of the people of Nyeri.
Ana miezi mitano kabla tuende kwa uchaguzi. Iwapo atatutengenezea Nyeri na tuone mabadiliko kidogo tu, tunaweza ona kama tutaendelea na yeye 2018 huko.
Tunaona ile mradi yote ile ilikuwa inatengenezwa ni kama ule alienda Wamasai achukulie endeshe mpaka ishe.
Governor Director Gachagwa's body is expected to land in Kenya from London on Thursday at around 5 a.m. Carol Derry, KTN News. Nyeri.